Miles Sanders is the newest member of the banged up running back fraternity, while Nick Chubb and Saquon Barkley have been on injury reports for a few weeks. Whenever a primary RB is ailing, fantasy stardom, sit-em calls are greatly affected. Get the latest injury updates ahead of Week 8's games so you're ready to roll with either these stars or their handcuffs. For updates on hurt QBs Dak Prescott and Baker Mayfield, go here. For more on banged up pass catchers Rob Gronkowski, Kadarius Toney, Deebo Samuel, and more, click here. For all the latest fantasy news, follow us on Twitter at SNFantasy. Week 8 Fantasy, Sleepers, Busts, Stardom, sit-em Sanders, ankle, is considered weak to so it's no surprise he didn't practice Wednesday. In fact, it would be a shock if he takes the practice field in any capacity this week. We fully expect him to be out, but it's not official yet. If he is out, Kenneth Gainwell is the player with the most upside and presumably the safest floor, but Boston Scott and Jordan Howard are also candidates to take on some work. Those two have the potential to frustrate Gainwell owners, but for now, it's worth taking the gamble and inserting Gainwell into your starting lineup. Against a generous Lions defense, we rank Gainwell as the RB15 in standard and RB14 in PPR leagues. Week 8 PPR rankings: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, D/ST. Kicker Chubb, calf, is reportedly expected to play on Sunday against the Steelers, barring any setbacks in practice. We're treating his status as if he'll be ready to go, but we'll make adjustments to our rankings and update this post if something goes south. However, this is a tricky spot for Chubb. The offense isn't efficient right now, and with Baker Mayfield, shoulder, and a flurry of Browns pass catchers banged up, will Pittsburgh respect the threat of Cleveland's passing game? That is the worry here, and Chubb figures to see a lot of loaded boxes against a scary front 7. We also know Hess a must start, but there's no doubt he carries risk into this matchup. For those reasons, we move him down to the RB17 in standard and RB19 in PPR. Ernest Johnson will see some touches even if Chubb is active, but Chubb should get 15+ touches as long as Hess playing. Week 8 standard rankings: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, D/ST. Kicker will have to keep up with the latest reports out of Giants practices ahead of Monday Night Football against Kansas City, but it was nice to see Barkley was working with trainers on Wednesday. It's tough to know what to do with Barkley because he could be a game-time decision, and since this is the last game of the week, everyone else except for Giants and Chiefs players will be locked. Devin Booker is presumably already rostered in most leagues, so if you don't already own him, you won't be able to pick him up. The only saving grace from a 0-point debt in your airbase spot would be picking up Jerick McKinnon, but has not guaranteed any kind of workload. Ideally, you want to make a decision before Sunday, so keep up with status updates. If Barkley is in your flex spot, you'll have more pivot options. Week 8 DFS lineups: FanDuel, DraftKings, Yahoo. If Barkley does play, we're going to assume New York is confident Hess healthy. It wouldn't make a lot of sense to play him at all if Hess limited, so we rank him as the RB5 in standard and RB6 in PPR leagues against one of the league's worst defenses. However, the chance still exists that he could be limited or on a snap count, so proceed at your own risk.